Yes, it's recording. Welcome back to Thrasher's Paradise. I am Colin Sterling. And today, on another very special edition of the Thrashing Couch, we have from Calgary, I do believe, Kent from the band Juliet Ruin.
Hey, yeah, we're from Edmonton, actually.
Oh, damn it. I did the biggest mistake an Ontario kid could do to people from Alberta.
I'll try to get past it. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So, your band is off of the hot release of Old Stardust and hold on. God damn it. Goddamn notes. Come on. Old Stardust, Love and Chaos. What was it like to finally get release that album?
Oh, it was great, honestly. I spent a lot of time working on it, a lot of time just talking about anyone who would listen about it. So it was good to finally get it out after a lot of work and a lot of BS about it. It was finally just good to just get it out to the world.
Excellent. Now, what makes this album different from your first release, Juliet Ruin and Rogue Down?
Oh, the first single and EP was really just, the first few songs we could scrape together to write and work while working together, while the LP is more of like a really good setting stage as to the direction we're taking as to what our actual sound is.
Excellent. Well, my next question is about the song Spite. You released it as a single, and the cover you used was an alternative kind of twist on the Sprite logo. Did you go through really any real copyright struggles with creating that?
No, I didn't really do much of that. I just talked to a guy who knew the business, and he says as long as it's somewhat different enough, they can't really come after you for it. And I figured changing the dot and losing a letter is probably close enough to different.
Fair enough. Now, what was the hardest part about the whole album process for Old Stardust, Love and Chaos?
The hardest process, I think, honestly, that I think it's pretty hard to overstate the difference between making an EP and an LP, even though it seems like it should be, it's just twice as many songs, it should be just twice as much work. It feels like way more work. It's way more creative draw from your creative sources, and it just seems like it's just that much more volume power, and you just have that much more pressure to create a cohesive package that's, instead of 4 or 5 songs long, 10 songs. Am I worried about repeating myself? We're worried about, things of that nature.
Excellent. Now, how long has this version of Juliet Ruin been together for?
So the 5 guys that are in it right now, it's the original members are myself and Jess. We've been through a few people in each of the other positions. The way it is now with Jess, Wes, and Cody, we had that for a good year and a half. Wes quit for a while. We made the album with another fella. Dane did some of the guitar work on that album for us, and then Wes came back afterwards. But this 5 that have been around, been about 2 years, give or take.
Nice. Now, you've released an EP, you've released an album, and now, right at this very moment, you are having a interview with a startup YouTube channel from Hamilton, Ontario. Did you think, after releasing that first EP, you could be, at this moment right now, promoting the brand new album?
Oh, I had no idea. Honestly, we've been lucky to talk to a lot of really great people. I've been happy to really get this much time to talk about this record. It's a new thing for me, really, for all of us.
Well, I'm gonna compliment you now. When I first saw the album at my station, 101.5 The Hawk, which is a college station that I am at and trying to graduate from the radio program there, I saw it and I put it on because John from Astro Media put down like who it sounds like, and it was like Ginger and Hailstorm and a bunch of other different people. But when I was listening to it, you just sounded like your own identity. You didn't sound like any of the bands who he said you kind of were like. You were different, and I really liked it. And you guys you all really stood out to me, and the album is phenomenal.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. We really did try to that it sounded different, and we had a hard time defining who we sound like, so that's really just a list of things that John came up with. But and I figured, that's just us figuring we're great artists. We sound unique, but I really appreciate someone else having that thought as well, so it doesn't seem like it's just yourself.
No, like I got pissed after listening to it. Like, why didn't John tell me about this band? I had to email him and be, hey, is there any way you can hook me up with Juliet Ruin? And he goes, yeah, sure. And now I'm here interviewing you, and it's really awesome. No, I love the album. I think it's really well, and I see nothing but great stuff for the future with your band.
Awesome, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
You are very welcome. Now, touring is to what us know as one of the most crucial parts about promoting a new album. How much touring do you plan on doing, or have you done to help promote the album?
Since the album release, we've done 9 shows just in Western Canada. We're still kind of throwing together our 2020 dates. Still haven't figured out when we're getting out east or into the States, but we played Edmonton, out as far out west as Vancouver, and then over to Saskatoon as far east. Played 2 shows with the tour of the Ginger Browning Sumo Psycho in Calgary and Edmonton as well at the end of it, and we're just kind of taking the risk. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was quite an experience. Those were the 2 craziest shows of my career, for sure.
What was it like to be able to perform with such a new emerging hot band like Ginger?
Terrifying. They have a very serious and very dedicated and very professional crew, and that's all very scary stuff because I'm very used to playing with a bunch of schmucks. It was nice.
Now, this next question, I don't know how you're going to answer it, but now because of how unique and how different your band is, do you find it harder to find bands to perform with or easier to find bands to perform with?
I think it goes both ways. Here, like at home, we've had a really great time kind of just blending with bands of all relative subgenres, but we do get the elite nose up thing every once in a while because you sound too poppy or that's not metal because of this. So we run into that sometimes, but I think it goes both ways. So I don't think it's really been a hindrance for us too much.
Hello?
Sorry about that last bit.
No, it's... Hello again. Oh, wow.
Oh, hello.
Hello! I'm hearing you now.
Oops.
It's all good, man. Oh. Alright. Okay. Hello? You still there? Kent?
I'm still here.
You're still here? Okay, because I don't know why, but I think your audio keeps cutting in and out.
Weird.
Yes, it is. Now I forget what... Oh, yes. Okay, I remember the last question I asked you. Now we're going to move on to a new question, I think. We got some of your answer. Okay, here we go. Now, when you plan to come out east to like Manitoba and Ontario and even Quebec, where for you is the #1 city you feel you should perform at?
Well, I mean, I'm not super familiar with that end of the country, as I've only been there on a couple different trips. For me, it'd be really important to play in the big ones. Like I'd really like to try Toronto, and I've heard Montreal is absolutely insane for metal. But if I'm going to go out east, of course I'm going to go to places like Hamilton's would probably be another good stop.
Hey!
Kingston, that'd be good. So there's a few that I would hit. I would definitely make a list. A good chunk of Ontario and a little bit of Quebec.
Have you thought about Kitchener?
Kitchener,
Ontario, or even Guelph?
I'm horrible, but I couldn't tell you where exactly that is positioned relative to all the other ones.
It's, I want to say east of Hamilton.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
east of Hamilton. It's like maybe a 10-minute drive. It's very close to Guelph.
Oh yeah.
Area-wise, no, that little circle over there, huge spot for metal.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, once I start setting that kind of thing up, I would have to consult with people I know out there that know better than me about what cities are good to stop in for sure. But if you say so, I imagine you're plugged in more than I am over there. Believe you.
Yeah, no. Well, thankfully enough, I do live in Hamilton, so I'm very much in that very nice circle of Toronto, London, Niagara Falls, and Guelph, Kitchener. So I have a nice little geographic.
Right on.
I want to say advantage, but I'm not too sure that'd be the polite word to say.
I think you felt that way.
Yeah. No. So in 5 years from now, where do you see your band?
Holy crap. That's the tough question right there. I really just, try to take it a year at a time and see how that goes. I mean, we're all still day job workers. We're all still weekend warriors. So who knows? I mean, we're going to keep working at it. We've got some real drive given to us from, the luck we've had and the shows we've got to play in the last little while to come up with something special next. And that's what we're going to start working on here. We'll start working on some new stuff, figure out what we want to do for the next recording project, be it LP, EP, single, who knows.
Yeah.
And work on our new shows and just keep grinding at it. 5 years, sure, I'd love this to be paying the bills. That's what I'd like to see.
Excellent. Now, to go off of something you did say, when can we potentially, I know this is probably a bit too early to ask, but potentially, when could we expect the next album or EP?
I wouldn't know about album or EP, but I know that we're going to get back into working on new material soon. We're going to get working on it soon. So it depends on how long it takes for us to shake something out, really. But I know we're going to get to work pretty soon here.
Excellent. Now, we always ask this as the last question for all of our first-time guests. It's called the poser question. I don't know if you've seen a video beforehand of what of the interviews we have done, but this question has been asked to every band since we started. Are you prepared for it?
I'm prepared. I haven't seen it, so I have no warning. Bring it on.
Great. Now, who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
Well, Lemmy, I don't even think God could have a mustache like that.
Excellent. You are correct. Lemmy is always the answer.
Oh yeah.
Well, Kent, thank you so much for taking some time out of your very hectic schedule to come on Thrasher's Paradise today to do this interview. I really appreciate it.
No, of course. Thanks for making it work. It's been good.
Excellent. Now, where can people find the band on all social media platforms?
You can find us pretty much just under our name, Juliet Ruin, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have a website, julietrruin.com, where you can find some merch if you want to buy it in there. You can also follow pretty much any of our members on Instagram, social media. They're all listed on the pages as well.
Excellent. And until next time, keep on thrashing. Dark and warm.